a 20 watt slim battery bank from Baseus, 10,000 milliamps. As usual, I'm going to do a very detailed charging and discharging tests using my iPad, and I have my power meter here. I may also do a charging test on the MacBook Pro's 14-inch with M1 chip. Although it is not designed for charging laptops, it may still be able to do it as it supports PD charging. That's everything in the box. So right off the bat, I noticed it says it will be able to support 1.3 times of a charge to iPhone 14 Pro Max, and for Samsung users, it's gonna be 1.5 times for S23. I would totally trust this rating as I have done so many battery capacity tests for Baseus products and it's been reliable and accurate. For example, the 10,000 milliamps wireless charger would be able to provide 1.8 of a charge to iPhone 13. So I would totally just take their word for it. Okay, let's take a look at the ports. Looks like we have USB Type-C input and micro USB input. This port is very important, so you don't have to remember carrying this cable around if you are at a friend's house who only has the micro USB cable. You will be able to charge up this battery bank as well. Let's test its charging speed using the included USB-C cable. Let's see what happens. I would recommend using a fast charger, a power delivery compatible charger such as this Baseus 30 watts 2-port charger. From the meter, we can see it is at 15.2 watts, which is 5 watts less than the rated 20 watts charging speed. But here's the thing. We're not using the USB Type-C to USB-C port. Let me plug in this meter in the middle and see if I would get better results with a USB-C to USB-C cable. Okay. This cable is also from Baseus. It should be able to pass through 100 watts. Okay, let's see if the charging speed would improve by using a different cable. Okay, yeah, I hit 20.4 watts. So 20 watts is a reasonable maximum input speed. It is charging at, let's see, 12 volts, 1.5 amps, 18 watts. So the 18 watts input is actually the rated speed from its spec. Yeah, that is reasonable. 9 volts, 2 amps, and 12 volts, 1.5 amps. So that is totally valid. I would recommend, getting this or use your existing USB-C cable. That should be able to take care of the full charging speed and take advantage of the full charging speed. All right, let's try charging the iPhone using its USB-C output. This one is not fully discharged. It's at 80%. I would, to visualize the charging speed, I'm gonna connect the same power meter in the middle and see the output. 5 volts, so that is only at around 5 watts. Again, it's gonna be relying on the state of the charge of your device. If it is at 80-90%, it's not going to charge at full speed. Now the charge power may increase as the time goes by. Maybe it will be able to take longer to identify the optimum charging speed for the device. And let's try the iPad using the USB-C to USB-C. I have an iPad Pro here. iPad Pro 11-inch with the M1 chip. And later we're gonna do the same test on the MacBook. And optionally, we can If I don't have this thing connected in the middle, I would be able to plug in a USB type A cable to charge the second device. Now it's at 12 volts, 4.9, so 5 watts. I think the charging wattage will increase as it negotiated for a higher voltage. Now it's at 9 watts, it's almost 10 watts now. The iPad Pro 11-inch would be able to take in a maximum of 30 watts. So I expect this thing to get me 18 watts out of it. So yeah, that's going for 18 watts right now. 19 watts, 20 watts. Yeah, of course it is rated at 20 watts. So the USB-C cable is a bidirectional port that would be able to allow charging and discharging. In this mode, I should be able to charge the battery bank using its micro USB cable. So again, this is a very old port again, that can be useful if you forget to bring the cable, or if you want to use it in the pass-through mode. If you have a solar panel, you will be able to connect to this battery bank and charge other devices through the USB port, and the power output will decrease at 13.38 watts when it's recharging at 19 watts. Yeah, so I think the rating is totally valid, and this mode is really awesome, as you will be able to connect a charger or a solar panel to use it as a buffer to charge other devices, and I think it will prioritize the other device first, then will charge up itself. So in this mode, yeah, it is great. It is great. It's very compact. And what's more, I forgot to mention, you will be able to double click to power it off, so it will not output any power to the connected device. It can be super helpful if you have multiple devices connected and don't want to go through the trouble to unplug all the devices. So you can just double click on this power on off switch and turn it off. I have other Baseus battery banks, and I really appreciate the power on off switch. It is a fantastic design, which is not available in many other brands. Okay, let's try charging up my MacBook Pro and see what happens. See if we'll be able to take it. I still have the USB-C meter connected. We'll be able to see and monitor the charging output, discharging output. All right, it is outputting 20 watts right off the bat at 12 volts. So any modern laptop that supports power delivery should be able to get charge from this super slim battery bank. All right, yes, 19.4 watts. It's maintaining the charge very well, the power output very well, and quite consistently. And keep in mind, I just unboxed it. I haven't got a chance to recharge this thing yet. So yeah, it's a great battery bank as an emergency power bank solution to charge other devices. This is awesome. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you find this review helpful. I'll have to recharge it first. Of course, I would recommend you fully recharge the battery bank out of the factory and then use it, not like this. But just to get you the full picture, I did not do anything, just straight out from the unboxing to charging these devices to get you the full experience or the honest review of what happened.